Hello, my name is Ren Bishop. This is the Soldier's Perspective World War II Museum virtual display. So, what we have is, so you can see we have a lot of battleships, but each one of these is out for the part they played in World War II and their purpose with my soldier and what they had to do. So, this is the soldier I chose to do the soldier's perspective on, which is, this is a real-life historical image of Admiral Chester W. Nimitz. Now, after Pearl Harbor, he became the admiral of World War II. So he was the American admiral for the duration of World War II. He would see action on the USS Missouri and USS Iowa. He would help fund for the construction of USS North Carolina. He would sail on the USS Lexington. He would watch the construction of Alaska, and he would be there for the memorial ceremony after the Pearl Harbor tragedy of the USS Arizona. Now, if you notice closely, you'll see we don't just have a few battleships around, but we have like paragraphs and like blueprints and stuff of what they would have actually looked like during World War II. So, I'm going to start off with, we'll do it in a timeline. So I'm going to start with the USS Arizona at the beginning of World War II, Pearl Harbor. Now, this battleship is a very famous battleship. And the day this battleship was sunk was the day that Admiral Nimitz became admiral of World War II. So the day we were attacked after it was all done, Admiral Spruance, who was admiral at the time, was fired for not looking at the possibility of an attack. After he left, we would have Admiral Chester Nimitz come in, and he would become the admiral for World War II. Now, of course, he had to do with Pearl Harbor, not when it was attacked, but the cleanup. So, like, fixing the Pearl Harbor ship. So, like, the USS Arizona, here's an image of it before the attack. And then, here's an image after the attack, 1941, after attack, December 7th. Here is a 1/350 scale USS Arizona. So, the 1/350 scale, this is the scale of the ship. USS Arizona is the name of the ship, and then this is a paragraph of what it had to do with World War II. So, there's enough time. So basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pause it. So like, you can pause it to read that if you want, but like, I don't really know if you want to read all of this or not. But like, if you want to, you can pause. And then here's pictures, a real life historical picture of the Pearl Harbor tragedy. The remnants of Pearl Harbor battleships, West Virginia, Nevada, and Maryland. That's that right there. So, that is the USS Maryland after the tragedy. The West Virginia at the very back of the image right there. And that is the USS Nevada. This is a picture of the Oklahoma before the attack on December 7th, 1941. This is the timeline in which it took the Oklahoma to sink. So, 7:56 a.m. it's still upright. 8 o'clock a.m. it's taken on 4 torpedo hits. It's starting to take a list to starboard. Takes another 4 torpedo hits. And at 8:05 a.m., battleship is already starting to grind out with the seafloor. However, because of the other torpedoes it kept taking in, it just kept sinking, so it kept flooding that water. It would eventually capsize the ship, and it would end up sitting like that. Then here, so like of the above water part that's still left right there of the hull, this is an actual picture of it. So this is the actual historical picture of the USS Oklahoma after the attack. Here's when they were starting to bring it up again. So this is this ship here after the attack. This is USS Oklahoma during the refloating process and the salvage operation. Now, USS Arizona had 2 different paint schemes. One was the paint scheme which I gave it, which is the one it was seen in, as mostly as the light gray with the red turrets. The red turrets being painted red isn't just for extra detail, but that was to symbolize that it was in the Pacific Fleet, flagship of the Pacific Fleet. This was the other paint scheme 2. So the turrets, you'll notice, are not painted. It is dark gray, and it has white on top of the 2 masts. This one does not. This is the one that was seen more as. So this was what it looked like June 7th, 1936 to July 6th, 1940. And this was what it looked like on 1941, the actual day of the attack. So this is part 1 of the museum virtual tour. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you later for part 2.